We're extremely worried. This is looking like it's going to be the worst year for seeing our wildlife going up in flames as the habitat is burnt. The invertebrates.
So just don't worry. I'm not shaming the hospital staff here. I'm just showing you guys the like edemas and blood clots that are running. I think because when I said it the first time, people were like, "Oh, you're joking." I'm like, "No, they're not. They're actually really worried, and they're like sending me for ultrasounds on this arm, and then because they didn't really understand how the catheter was the one stimulating this, so I can't like unfold this arm. So I feel all hot, sticky, not sticky, but yeah, inflammatory. And then so they transferred it to this arm. To their massive surprise, then this one started to clot as well. See if I can kind of show you, but it's just clotting on the there we go, on the specific vein that they tapped. So it's like super painful, and they kind of don't really know what to do because I've been on blood thinners like every day since I've been here. So they're kind of like, how the hell are you literally developing edema? Which I need to like double check the research, but I think that's like another term for blood clots. If you're literally on blood thinners like every day, you can't give you that much because then whatever. And I was like, you might have to. Because my blood's really connected, like connective tissue and things that are together. Like I talk to my cells every day. Like I'm like, oh my god, thank you for like being awesome and like that kind of stuff. Because things are relevant to me. It's not just. So if you want to tear my cells apart, you want them to like not come together, you're gonna have to try a lot harder. Then whatever. It's just my body. It's just like, ooh, foreign substances. No. It's sort of just like not really having it. So I'm just giving them that energy so you realize, well, did we do something wrong? It's not. It's not frequencies. I just work on this too much, and what we're trying to do is that, and I just do that every day. I just do this every day. So, thanks, buddy, for like keeping it together. So I'm like sharing these frequencies. Okay, I'm a little bit pissed, and I'm not saying that because I'm pissed that means like I'm more right or in a more clear state than another time. I'm just explaining why I'm being like a little bit annoyed. And that has to do with a lot of stuff. So my dad is dead. I don't think a lot of people know that. I made a video about it on my Facebook and whatever. And I killed him with magic. I did it because he's been an abusive person my whole entire life. He's been abusive to my mother, to me, to my brother, and I tried to tell the police and they didn't do anything, so I fucking killed him. With magic. Ooh. They're like, it doesn't matter, you killed him. Okay? But not in any illegal way, like I didn't do anything, I didn't like come over there, like, well, technically it's legal to kill. That's what I tried to explain to you. So I want you to understand that when I call you police and I tell you to sort something out, sort it out. Right with myself. Okay? He's dead. And he died how I said he would die. He collapsed in church. Where was his dumb God and his dumb Jesus to come help him now? He didn't. What I did was use a spell. Actually, to be real, I didn't have to kill him that hard. I know, right? He died because of a reflection spell. Right, so I put a spell on me. I put a spell on my mother. If you try this, you die. And he was like, "Oh, I forgot," and actually like had another punch up with me. After we had one in 2019, that then he switched it around. Did he just? It's like the funny thing with the police, right? Is that they don't realize that like he's actually a serial killer with the same MO. We're gonna reduce right now. We're using apple juice and not orange. Do you understand? I need you guys to realize that I'm in control of my life and I start the trends and I end them. Okay? So if tomorrow I get up and I want to be called Ben Peter, that's what I want to be called. Shut the fuck up. And when I hear you tell me what you think I want to be called or whatever. So if I said I'm into Oliver, then I'm actually, no, never mind. I said no, never mind. Okay? Good. So yeah, you know, I killed him, and it just feels really good to say that.
Thank you. The Unite Union has said that talks to end the long-running.
And I just want people to understand the kind of person I am. I'm very deceptive. Very. But I'm also very honest. It means I have the capacity to cast illusions. That doesn't mean I live in them. Is that clear? More chicken soup. Let's look at dinner today. So we're having dinner together in the office. Oh no, that's... Where's the other? Okay. It's Tuscan salmon today, you guys. In tomato paprika sauce or something. And, oh. Didn't read it. Oops. I kind of magic that I was like, it's so bad. I always feel guilty, like I should know that. And then I'm looking, fuck, it's actually paprika. Okay, so it's like, it didn't say, I had no reason to think that. But I, you know, I totally just magicked that. Okay, whatever. Ooh, paprika and herb sauce. So she's formed salmon in a creamy tomato, paprika, and herb sauce. It's peppers and haricot beans served with parsley seasoned boiled potatoes, carrots, and Romano green beans. You know what I mean?
Mountain climbers from Switzerland and Austria have broken the speed record for completing the
Okay, so
faces of 3 Swiss mountains.
I still can't eat that many carbs, so I just like that's as much as I go.
Completed the climb in 15 hours and 30 minutes, shaving nearly 10 hours off the
And I'm just gonna
record
squeeze a
set
little butter
2 decades ago.
For the record, we trained a lot. We're doing lots of vertical meters, like 3,000-4,000 vertical meters a day, and also lots of climbing. So yeah, the training was hard. I trust my life to him, and he makes the same to me. So it's really, really.
No, it's so awkward without the wine. Usually I do a little communion, but you know what I mean? Jeez.
The biggest challenge was to get the right day, get these conditions with the right weather.
I actually wrote out how the spell would manifest, and I was like, "Ooh, you're probably gonna die like alone in like a prison from a heart attack or something." Right? The guy goes ahead and dies alone in the church that betrayed my mom and me.
Now it is 40 years since one of the most famous
from a fucking aneurysm.
1985 World Championship final.
Tell me that's not delicious. If you know me, you know how I watch Vampire Diaries. You know that the Cruciatus curse that like the spirit witches use. You know, it's like an aneurysm, except for like, you know, they're like, oh, what good will that do? I was like, baby, you're not an actual vampire that can resuscitate your blood vessels. So if I did it on you, you'd just die. So, nobody ever thought about that. Well, just think like, Why do you think witches have just like, let's just like not do this to people or human, like the like mundanes? Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if muggle is supposed to be like it's not meant to be like a derogatory term, but sometimes it just feels so bad to like muggle. Okay, I can't do that. But I like the word mundane. It's kind of nicer. Just but I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm not kind of like doing anything official. I'm just saying like I feel bad when I use it sometimes, but sometimes I am just gonna use it because I know everyone's seen the movie, and it would just be easier for like a platform to understand. Um, but that's not what I'm. It's not about like you don't have magic. It's more like a choice. You're like, oh, I don't really, like even in the witch community, some people don't even like the word witch. They're like, nah, just call me like a wise woman or something, or just anything. They might even say like, call me I'm just in tune, like, or some people like get specific. They might say I prefer Wiccan. I prefer pig, even. I prefer Christian, some even say. I prefer, but you got what I mean, like mage, sorcerer. It could be anything else. Like, you got what I'm trying to say. Influencer, I mean. The list goes on. But I've been pretending for a long time to be really sad about it, so I'm really fucking happy because my spell worked. So my dad actually attacked me physically, but I hit him with the I hit him with the Mayweather. Now, he was trying. I was like, you don't listen to that song enough to manifest the energy. But he did, and I can finally brag about it now because up until then, I've actually been in trouble with the police over my dad because he keeps lying to them and telling them that like I'm dangerous. Fuck, I gotta keep it. So now that he's dead, I can brag. He was abusive, and that's the end of the story, dumb police. You get it, you fucking idiots. He's dead. Do you get it? So your argument about like who done it, it's over, it's done. As far as you know, he is dead, and he is. He died of an aneurysm in a church. He probably spent his last moments like, please, Nazareth. And he was like, you know that's in the Bible? People are like, oh, but Jesus said like, no, he literally said like, people are literally gonna come up to me and be like, Adonai, Adonai, and I'm literally gonna tell them, I don't know you. It's in the literal Bible. So I wouldn't be too happy to talk about how you're a fucking Christian. God's on your side. And he literally said that there are people who are going to say, like, I'm on your side, and they're going to say they're on my side. They're going to say they're Christians. He literally said they're even going to say they have high positions in the church. Okay? They're going to say this, they're going to say that, but I'm not going to know them. Right? How many times have you been to a church and they're reading that and acting like, oh, it's about that guy who thinks he's a Christian, and it's like, it literally said you're gonna be in the church, not there's gonna be people who claim to be in the church but not really. They literally said you'll even have a high position in the church. Do you get it? So I'm not coming for anybody specific, but like Brian Houston, like, you get where I'm going with this? You being big in the church doesn't actually make you exempt from this energy. So be careful. That's all. Because some of you act like life is done. And everyone's already decided. People are still being born, and people are still making up their minds. People are still mulling it over if they want to do a spell for you, or not so much for you. Get it? So when the Hillsong crew thought I was like, oh, please, straight people, let me in, I really wasn't. I was like, you actually are going to start respecting everybody, or I'm literally going to destroy you. I'm not asking your permission. I'm not saying, maybe one day I'll see, like, I'm literally not asking, change or die, because you're not strong enough to fight me. It's time to remember, it's like Caroline, I did feel like, oh my god, no. When she was like, pretending to be mom and actually being mom are two different things. I'd give it a rest. And that's what I kind of want to say to you. Like, that was like, it was like, oh my god, I didn't like, oh, like that. But in this moment, I'm kind of like, try and remember you're actually a fake. You know, it's almost like sometimes they forget, like, you know, when you get so caught up in the lie, they get, I'm like, try to remember you're actually fake. So don't be so fucking shocked and surprised that people literally see you as
Find out what furry creature has been captured on camera at Canary Wharf.
okay. Yeah. So wait, I want to see what creature's been captured.
Good evening. The cutting down of a single tree in North London has continued to spark anger, with many people, local and further afield, outraged that an oak tree that was hundreds of years old was chopped down by a restaurant chain. The owners of Toby Carvery have come under fierce criticism after 3 separate statements yesterday, effectively saying
you see my country as well as like, okay.
Safety reasons. But documents seen by this program,
it's like day 3 and we're still grieving over the tree. You guys, like, you have
said to be in good health.
So much of my respect. And so much of witches' respect is seriously, so many witches are like, excuse me? I mean, it is England, so the land must have some witch energy, you know?
That's the question now being asked. Not just here.
And try to remember, like, witch, the word witch is actually an English word. Old English. So it's not like a Latin derivative or an ordinary. It's like literally just classic Old English, like witch. And we all know how much power, like, witch brings us. Look at this cutie.
I just hope that we get to the bottom of it. The tree is next
This is literally what people are like, by the way. They're really fucking... I actually did say this, but people didn't believe me. I was like, no, they're really nice. They like are literally sorry about everything always. Really adorable. I obviously don't take advantage of that, but it's okay to tease them and be like, but we can tease them. Like, you get what I'm trying to say.
Our expert archery officers surveyed this tree in December 2024, and they said it's healthy, it's alive, it could live
I mean, I make people squirm all the time, but that's different.
Opposed the argument from the leaseholder that this posed a health and safety risk.
Local residents have been fighting to stop Enfield Council selling off part of the park to Spurs Football Club to expand their
I live in Enfield. I mean, I used to. Technically, you always live where you used to live, but I live in Enfield. If that makes sense.
It's not part of the proposed development. This is how Google Street View captured the
I know. I don't know what to do.
On the 3rd of April, a member of the public spotted contractors chopping it down. Toby Carvery's owners initially said they cut down the tree because their experts told them it was dead and posed a serious health and safety risk. But all the experts we've spoken to dispute that and say these green shoots show it's very much alive.
I can't see any reason from a health and safety perspective whatsoever. No major structural faults, the tree being in really good health, really good physiological condition. Earlier this morning I examined the buds. You can tell a lot about the tree's health from looking at its buds. They look to be in great, really healthy condition to me, and the twigs have really, really good structure. So clearly the tree wasn't dead.
We asked Toby Carvery's owners for information about the contractor that cut down the tree, but that hasn't been supplied. They continue to insist that it was a potential health and safety risk and that all legal requirements were met. But there are still many unanswered questions. Layla Hayes, BBC London.
Well, let's stay with this subject now, because I'm joined by John Stokes, who's Director of Tree Science and Research at the Tree Council. And,
the trees, literally, they're like, oh my god!
Well, it was a very shocking experience to see the pictures.
The tree fairies, oh my gosh, you guys must be having the best time ever.
Had its head taken off,
really. Oh, we can say hi to some cinnamon bark and rosemary. This grows everywhere in England, so it smells like lavender and rosemary in London, seriously. You're like, Dalano, stop. And I'm like, no, I'm serious, it does. Lavender, rosemary, yeah, lavender, rosemary.
Nothing I've heard from my colleagues across the industry.
I'm like, that's memory. I'm not using like special powers. I'm just like remembering all the times I like walk through that.
So the work that's been done to it is far in excess
Okay, and then I was just double checking in case I was exaggerating.
It should have been done sensitively. It should have been done carefully, because this is a 450, 500-year-old tree, possibly even older than that. And in Enfield, I don't know how many things there are of that age.
And
But it's
lots
one
of
the
like
oldest things
really
in
nice.
the area, and therefore it should have been treated with care. It should have been treated as part of the
What do you call
national
that?
heritage.
Detergent?
Something that should have been
Turgento?
protected, and what has been done is
Did you guys know
not
that when I use Phasmatos Turgentos? Turgento is Latin derivative, Latin root from detergent, like to cleanse and sanitize. And then when I talked about sauna and SANENTEUR,
So health
I
and
think
safety is a
some people thought like, "Oh, you're just saying Satan again." I'm like, yeah, but also literally, this is what healing means in Latin, which
for
time,
example,
like sanitize, like or sanity, sana, to like become
they've got a lottery grant, so that they can
uniformed
do
in
the
thought,
right thing
pure,
by
like
the tree to look after it, to protect
holy,
it,
even, cleansed,
do
like
it
whatever. So
properly. And
you know,
these trees have been
it's
given
really
for
just one of those things.
protection,
You see this
it's
happen all the time, like
so that we
saint,
know that the important
Santa,
trees of the nation are
Santa, and
protected,
saint,
then
Santos.
this wouldn't
Those are
happen.
Sana,
Have
Sanavor.
better,
All those are the same thing.
instructions
It's
before
funny
you
how it can be right in your face, and
Now, would you say
you're like
that there are
accused of like,
gaps
what does that mean? And like, and I'm like, if you actually think about it, you don't even need the Google Translate. I mean, you don't even need the which translating spell to like figure it out. You can like just, oh my god. So you're just gonna have to figure out why the words for holy also mean Satan. You know what I mean? It's just up to you. It really is.
And there are lots of things that could be done to best protect them. I mean,
And
you
look,
need to think
there's
back,
men working in the field of tree
nationally about
care.
the listing system, so that trees, like listed buildings, you have the best of the best have legal.
You know, you expect a bunch of like sort of like middle-aged pagans like owning the weird ones, and I kept on saying there's no weird ones.
We protected these trees, and then if they were the owner or the manager,
Okay, just this is like
you could
logical
get some
people,
grant and support like you do with a listed building to do the right thing by it.
ethical
Again, none
people.
of this would have happened.
No, that's understood. John Soames, thank you for your time this evening from the Tree Council. Many thanks. Well, we did, as you'd expect, invite officials and butlers to take responsibility for chopping down the tree onto the programme this evening. It was their right to decide.
Not yet. Thank you.
However, a message to MNB who will be watching this evening, the invitation to come on the programme still stands. Please think about it. Just let
I
us
need to
know
talk to her
if you
more.
have our details. Now, the felling of an ancient oak tree in North London is our top story, but still to come on the programme.
I answered that right. You're like, what's the twitching? It's energy work. Like I'm doing meditations are always in my head, and it's the best way I can. You ever think about something and you get excited? You're like, ah! And your body has a reaction. So when you're doing spells all the time, your body has a reaction. Eventually, you just get really agitated in a good way.
Without a lift, tenants at the Loughborough Park estate say it's even harder for the elderly, disabled people, and children. Well, the housing association responsible has apologised.
Look at Mr. Dapper here with his fantastic walking stick.
Residents of blocks of flats on Loughborough Park estate in Brixton have had to do a lot more of this.
So
because they haven't
I know,
been
like in
able to
America,
use
I'm not from the country,
lift at
but I know they
one
have like
Brixton
their
Road
kind of like this
past a
massive
year and a half.
separation, like the
Michelle lives on
divided
top
states of
floor.
America, and it's kind of like of the projects and like and like it's like this like different reality, but it's not like that here. It's just like people living different lives, and all of it gets coverage. I'm just saying.
Guinness should have already spoken to their tenants.
1 minute we're literally talking about like the actual like purchases and like and purchase of the land, and and something really cute like someone broke protocol and we're here for it, or someone broke protocol and we're not here for it. Most likely, at most times, if someone broke protocol, we're here for it. Some kind of cute thing, like, or some kind of, or maybe not that, some kind of other thing, like, the wind blew the queen's, like, hat off, like, and her guards scurried to, like,
The main problem really was the lack of information in the early days.
Elsewhere on the estate, at Littlewood House, Daniel has had 4 weeks of the lift being out of action, and it's not the first time. The lift has had 4 faults in the past year. He's worried about an elderly lady living on one of the top floors.
I normally see her taking out her rubbish every day or every other day, which I haven't seen her in a while, so I was just a bit worried to say, because the lift being out, maybe has that restricted her from leaving the premises?
The Guinness Partnership says attempts have been made to repair the lift at Clemo's house. However, we concluded a new lift is required. Work to install it will begin in the next couple of weeks. It says the lift at Littlewood House was fixed last weekend once replacement parts had been delivered. A specialist lift inspection has been carried out to understand how to minimise future problems. It adds, if any lift is out of service, we contact residents to check whether any additional support is required. None of the residents here advised of any support needs. We'll be making an appropriate compensation payment to residents at Clemo's house. After months and months of struggling for the residents, it seems a functioning lift is finally just a few steps away. Lakshmi Gopal, BBC London.
Now, a moment to take a look at some more local stories in the headlines today. Police have named a 21-year-old man who died on Monday night after being stabbed in South London. Giovanni Rendon Bedoya was attacked at Hillingdon Street in Walworth. Police say a number of people were seen carrying knives. 6 people have been arrested, but police are appealing for more information. A large scaffolding structure collapsed on the top of a van in North London this morning. The driver was pulled from the vehicle by passers-by. No injuries were reported, and the scaffolding was around the library on Stoke Newington Church Street. The road has been closed whilst investigation takes place. And there are more stories on your local BBC website and the BBC News app whenever you want it. Today has been Primary School Offer Day, where parents find out where their children will be going to school in September. But there are some schools in London which risk closure because there aren't enough pupils to fill classrooms. Nicky Ford explains why it's happening.
2 schools miles apart, one in East London and one in West, both fighting to stay open amidst moves to close them. St Dominic's in Hackney is one of 4 primary schools that are earmarked for closure.
So we've been told the school's closing because of falling rolls, which is affecting most of London, and also we have some financial debt as well. And our families who had come to childcare schools, they can't afford to live in the area. So when they move out, obviously they take their entire families with them, and that means less funding for schools like mine.
Hackney Council say they're making their final decision next week.
She would be seen as like this amazing fashion. Oh my, and I'm like, everybody here, everybody's like, they walked off a runway, seriously.
It's a similar story at St Cuthbert's with St Matthias Primary School.
I would describe
with just 11
the trend as chic.
They too have been told
like, you know, there's functional, there's this, there's that, this chic, I think, would be like everyone's very...
with each other every day. It would be really sad because the school has been with me for so much years, kind of stuck in my heart. So if I really leave, it won't be the same.
For Mum Michaela, the school is her community.
My son has a lot of friends there, and we can also see them outside school because we are local. So yes, it's like taking our community away from us.
The Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea told us they will ensure children have alternative places secured as swiftly and smoothly as possible should the closure go ahead.
So what's led to this fall in numbers? Well, a decreasing birth rate, the cost of living, and also the fact that
I walk down the street all the time and just like, they film in places that are like right everywhere. Like, everyone's like, oh, that's...
A trend expected to continue. Local authority pupil forecasts indicate a 12% drop.
There's like not like an ivory tower. There's like the palace is like in the middle of
like... In Outer London, that's a 6% drop, which in total
the middle of London, right there. I don't know if some people know this. I used to be on the 14th floor in a building. I could literally see everything. Like I'd be like, oh, hey. Do energy work from the top. So that's why people had me removed, because they could see the effect of my witchcraft. But don't worry, there are no victims here. I'm obviously going to kill those people.
Despite the challenging economic
I just need time, you know,
a further
and some dinner.
£3.2 billion into schools' budget.
with £1 billion for children and young people with high needs. With Southwark, Westminster and Lambeth also consulting on school mergers or closures, the sound of protest could get a little louder. Vicky Ford, BBC London.
On to football, and the much-awaited second leg match between Arsenal and Real Madrid takes place in just over an hour's time. Real Madrid will come out fighting, trying to overturn Arsenal's 3-0 memorable win last week. But Chris Legg has been seeing if Arsenal will be able to secure their place in the Champions League semi-final. And it comes for Hakimi!
Okay.
Victory over Aston Villa last night means it's PSG who potentially awaits Arsenal in the semi-finals. The Gunners could never have imagined.
Okay. Alright, I think I use a lot of energy. I mean, I guess I was gonna wait for but I'm not. I know they're like, getting all. It's searing hot actually. Okay. I should just, okay. I feel like I feel like okay, whatever. Relax. Okay. So I'm kind of like, okay. Okay. Alright, so kind of needing to change the topic back to gloating about how my dumb ass dad is dead, and I'm warning to my enemies, I will kill you with white magic. And it's kind of embarrassing because, people like me and I'm a nice person. Didn't think about that, did you? Oh my god. Okay. I feel like, I hope it looks as cool as I've made it sound, but it actually kind of is. You're like, you're kidding. I'm like, yeah. Okay, so no lie. Sometimes they dish it out on like a glass plate, but sometimes it's there's a lot of work. You get what I'm trying to say. You get what I'm trying to say. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Maybe let's.
It was more than just a restaurant, it was an institution.
With a guest list that includes Charlie Chaplin and Mahatma Gandhi, today this Michelin-star restaurant serves cuisine from 9 regions of India, cooked by the chefs that grew up there.
You know what's funny?
Just months away from its 100th anniversary, it's at risk of closure.
These places require passion, dedication, determination, blood, sweat and tears. I think it's very important that London continues to have this, and we will be distraught.
Hey. No, it's fine.
Just to give you evening medications.
Thank you.
Last medications for me. Till tomorrow morning.
Oh, are you off? Yay.
I'll be back tomorrow.
Good.
I'll still be here till 8:30 anyway.
Okay. Yay.
It's your paracetamol and Cipro. And also also I had this one. They reduced this one now to, it was 110. 110, now it's 40.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry that we couldn't find the stick.
No, it's okay. Yeah, no,
Do
honestly.
you have another one or something?
No, I'll just get another one, but it's okay. Yeah, no, it's okay. Oh, right.
Sure.
Thank you. It's okay. Yeah. It's time for a new thing. Seriously, it's okay.
Thank you.
All right. Oh my god, guys. See, I feel like I'm not being a spiritual teacher enough. I should be more okay with transition and change and embracing the feeling of the womb and that kind of stuff. But you know, yeah, okay. But I thought, oh, put it down here. Always the veggies. Okay, so
You're looking almost half the size of a European otter. Their feet are adapted to kind of picking up crabs and clams and moving them around, whereas our European otters will catch fish on the fly, so they've got these massive webbed feet with really sharp claws to kind of grab their dinner. Seeing an actual otter is quite rare unless you're all the way up in Scotland, so still really exciting, but yeah, really good news that they're doing so much better now.
The camera footage was only checked because a plant pot was knocked over, but Tom and Hannah have a hunch it wasn't the first time the otter had paid a visit.
And you've actually given it a pet name? Tell me about that.
Yeah, we called it Nessie because we were thinking, oh, you know, like the Loch Ness Monster is very like elusive and mystical, and of course this otter, we've caught him on camera once, but we've got a feeling that he's probably been on our pontoon before, and we see signs in the water that sort of indicates that there's something below the surface. We've never known what, and now here he is.
Bryony Williams, BBC London.
Everyone's so good at English literature.
Okay, let's go over to TERRA now for the weather forecast. So I see the
You know,
blossom behind you. It has been a lovely
metaphor,
year for blossoms this year.
foreshadowing.
It has. I'm disappointed you didn't ask me if it was going to
Gives
be
you a
getting
kind
hotter.
of mystical personality, actually.
You didn't stick to my level, Hassan. Well done, though. Well done.
Understanding representation.
We were in
Just
the
think
hottest place in
Shakespeare.
the country today. Temperatures reached 16 degrees. Beautiful, colourful scene here. Not great,
So it's
though,
good to
if you're a
think about the land you
sufferer. High tree pollen levels, of course, at this time of the year.
are
Heading into
in.
tomorrow, it's been a bit windy today, but the winds will be lighter tomorrow.
The land you
There could be
belong
one or
to.
two
And like,
showers around here and there. But a lovely end today. It will turn chilly very quickly, mind you, because we're going to keep clear skies. A bit more cloud threatening some showers. Those look like being to the west of us. So out of town, temperatures could get as low as 2 degrees. So chilly start to tomorrow. Probably quite a sunny start, mind you, first thing in the morning. But as temperatures rise, it's what happens at this time of the year. We see the cloud bubbling up and a few April showers are possible. These are more likely
to the north of London. Southern areas tending to see the cloud breaking later on in the day. And we'll see temperatures 16, maybe 17 degrees. It'll feel maybe a little bit warmer because the winds will be that bit lighter. Now, we've had low pressure bringing rain over the past few days. We've missed a lot of it. There is another one coming in. This one's going to be arriving into the southwest of the UK. So we're just going to be missing the cloud, the wind and the rain from that. But there still could be 1 or 2 showers. The risk of those will be less, I think, as we head into Good Friday. There'll be some spells of sunshine. And we've got temperatures 17 or 18 degrees. That low pressure that's arriving in the southwest then pulls away. And for much of the Easter weekend, it will be dry with some sunshine. The cloud and the showers will build as we head into Easter Monday. Asa.
Darren, thanks very much for that. Well, that's it for now. Do go to BBC London on Facebook or X for more images and snippets of the day's stories. We have over 4 million followers on both. I'm back at 10:30 with our late news on BBC One, also on the iPlayer. For now, hope you have a very good evening. Bye-bye.
This is BBC One. Now, a party election broadcast by the Green Party.
Were you hoping that having Labour in charge would make things work better in this country? Me too. I thought they'd bring a bit of positivity after years of the Conservatives' cruel and short-sighted cuts to the public services that we all rely on every day. But day by day, it's looking less and less likely that this government is going to deliver that change that we were hoping for.
Our NHS is broken and our schools are crumbling. Hard-working staff are severely stretched and facing yet further government cuts. And Labour's pushing more people into poverty, whether that's by scrapping the winter fuel allowance or removing benefits from disabled people. Our country is being failed by the old, tired parties. And there's an even bigger threat: reform, a party designed to benefit the very richest, who will threaten our NHS and who have no track record of delivering for people.
Meanwhile, across the country, Greens are delivering real hope and real change in their communities. We're working hard, not creating chaos and chasing headlines.
In mid-Suffolk, Green councillors are building an innovation hub to create new jobs, green skills and enhance the local economy. We're developing a sports and leisure complex which will serve communities across the whole district, and we're improving inclusive access to our green spaces.
In Bristol, we're building hundreds of new, warm, affordable homes on disused land so that people can live in comfort in the heart of their communities. We're also investing in repairing and improving council homes so that council tenants have the standard of housing that they deserve.
There's a clear choice at these local elections: to give your vote to a party who will blame others while offering no practical solutions to the real problems that we face. Or to give your vote to a party that is principled, practical, and cares about the same things that you do. One that has over 800 councillors and is involved in running 40 councils across the country. One that has proven that it can deliver for you and your community. Vote Green on the 1st of May for real hope and real change.
That was a party election broadcast by the Green Party. Party election broadcasts can be viewed on BBC iPlayer.
Really, Daddy, now I got a crazy idea, and I can't believe that no one thought of it before.
We're not old people, we're recycled teenagers. I saw you flirting a little bit. As the expression goes, there is life in the old dog, yes.
I want to teach Sanan to the people who really need it.
Rove's ailing ends. All hands, new drinks. Press red for all episodes on BBC iPlayer.
Wiccan is back. Celebs
Think like Gene that we've all given up trying to imagine what Gene is thinking.
I wish you luck with that. Did you get these contestants at closing time at all?
The new
I thought it
series,
was.
Bracketing
Oh.
Life, starts Saturday at 8 on BBC One and iPlayer.
Sonia contemplating big life changes. EastEnders in half an hour on BBC One. After your midweek lunch show.
Or the NECROTELLY? Can I go? Copyright, right?
Hello there and welcome to The One Show live on BBC One and iPlayer with JB Gill.
And Alex Jones. Tonight we are bringing you award-winning actors, a star of stand-up, and a shocking story in this week's Watchdog.
Yes, we went undercover to investigate a company called DIY Best, employing locksmiths who have no shame telling us how much they're prepared to charge some customers.
Sometimes with withdrawal this mechanism.
Yeah.
That's going over 1,000.
Over £1,000
Yeah.
to get in the house.
Yeah.
You'll be shocked at the tactics they use to extract as much money as possible from some vulnerable customers. Plus, I'll be telling you about the new rules to stop companies posting fake reviews online.
Can't wait for that. Also on the show, we'll be joined by a Hollywood legend who starred in everything from Shrek to the Oscar-winning Conclave and will soon be playing the role of Dumbledore in the new Harry Potter series.
But tonight, John Lithgow and his co-star Aya Cash will be telling us about their new play, which won big at the Olivier Awards last week. It's called Giant and
When
tells
did
the
he,
story
like,
of
come off
children's
the
author
stage
Roald
and
Dahl
started, like-
during a controversial moment in his life.
And completing our lineup
JLS,
is comedian
you guys?
Zoe Lyons, who's returning to the stage for a stand-up tour all about finding the path to happiness, which apparently includes, doesn't it, swimming with sharks.
Well, I mean, I like scuba diving, but that might be one step too far. Later on, we'll be meeting more people braving the water, this time in the Hebrides, as Des Clark visits the island of Tiree, also known as Hawaii of the North, where the locals have been hosting a very special event for 40 years.
But first, we're starting with that story about rogue locksmiths in this week's Watchdog.
Yes, picture the scene. You're locked out of the house and...
Alright, so... Yeah, wait. Okay, yeah. So one more time with my, you know, and I know it's kind of like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, I'm serious. You know, and here's the funny thing, right? If my dad had no pride, if he had no pride, yeah, it not like he would actually contact me, and technically I could have saved him. He was like in the hospital for a while, right? But he knew what he did, and it you know, he to his last breath he was like telling like, oh, don't not Dalano, like he doesn't, and they literally tried to like do the whole thing like that. What he doesn't know is I was totally pretending to care or give a shit. You guys know I have no reason to like make a stuff up, but obviously some people are so weak they just keep believing it. But anyway, yeah, when I went and someone told me, I was just like, because it's like you don't get it. I really do per Adoni consentientibus, but per Domini consentientibus. I mean, like to a degree. I don't think. I just feel like I don't think you get it. Like sometimes it's just like I'm like, bro, like he's just like I don't know. I just didn't expect God. I don't know. This is what gets me killed, right? And this is not me claiming to be anybody else, but just like Dalano Kyle Nelson, like just like a regular person. Just like, oh, like God just doesn't say no to me. You just don't say, and I say it like so innocently because I literally didn't know that people prayed and didn't get the answers. Like I literally didn't know. Like don't be like, what do you mean? I was like, I swear I didn't know. Like, I just thought, like, oh, like, and that's, like, where I get, like, but just pray. And I literally said, just like, so you're wondering, like, why do people not like this guy's like, because that's what I like. You could literally be like, oh my god, like, fraud is happening, and the person, like, and, like, Regina, like, is wearing the dress that I was gonna wear, and, like, she wasn't gonna wear that dress because she's wearing the dress, and, like, her dress is, like, I guess, like, I don't know what to do, and I just kind of be like, oh, just pray. Just ask God for a new dress or something. And they want to, like, teal swan me, like, you want to be with me in my pain? I'm like, what? No, like, just pray and ask God for a new dress. And every New Age, just give it a whole space. But like, I actually don't. Isn't New Age about following what you want to do for once, and not like what the book tells you? So then, I don't want to sit with you in your pain, actually. And the next time you ask me to suffer for you, somebody already did that. That's the whole point. Some of these fucking New Agers don't know what it's like to literally come from religion into spirituality. You kind of remember why you left, if that makes sense. So the moment it starts to become dogmatic and weird, the moment it's like, ooh, that person's a big person. We have to like, you mean like how Jesus was a big person and we had to like this and we had to like that? I was like, what literal part of like, I came here to not be a slave anymore is like going through your head? Do we understand each other? So that's why some of them would look at me like, where do you get this conviction from? Because I've already been through it. You're such a dumb bitch sometimes. I'm like, you really think you can? They're like, oh, and I'm like, right. Me, who literally went to church every Sunday ever for my whole entire life, has now literally went like, oh, I want to be free and like whatever. So I'm not coming for you right now, but let me tell you something. You see, Tio, from day one. Now I put the video up there. You're like, oh my god. I know you feel embarrassed. I know you're embarrassed as fuck. You thought we were on good terms, and I'm like, we're not on good terms till you get your memories back. Right? I was like, no matter how much times I keep telling you, stop normalizing your memory loss thing. You guys need to. So I'm gonna basically slap Teal in the face right now, but I'm also gonna give her a gold medal and put her on a pedestal. Do you guys get what I mean? Because she keeps hurting me by kind of accident. But because she's strong, it really hurts. So I'm like, bitch, at this point, I don't give a fuck if you didn't mean it. I'm going to slap you back because you need to shut the fuck up. When you talk to me, I swear to God, remember that you're white. And I have a thing about white people. Can't trust you as far as I can throw, literally. Do you understand me? I never said that it was right. And you need to stop normalizing toxic personalities and because sometimes people glorify stuff about me and I'm like, I actually don't like that about myself and I'm changing it. So like, don't. I don't need you to be like, I just want someone to love me all the part. Like, no, actually. For example, I used to bite my nails. Do you get what I mean? But then I read that it was an actual traumatic response. So I actually found the trauma and healed it and I literally stopped biting my nails. Does that make sense? Does everyone have to do that? No. But I don't want nobody to be like, I think it's cute that you bite. If I don't give a fuck if you think it's cute. I said I don't like it. And if I found out that the trauma is not liking it, so I need to accept it that I do this, and then that it's natural, or I don't know, like whatever, then it's like I'll do that. But that's not what I found out. Do we make sense? So Teal, one more time. Even though you kept forgetting that little conversation we had, I never forgot it, literally ever. So just try and play that back every time you had one of your like freakouts. I'm like, I'm sorry, bitch. You actually came to me and told me, so you know me. You were the one that was like, oh, like, you act like a family with me. You were like, nice to meet you again. Like, oh my god, like I was like, you did it in front of everybody. You did it in front of everybody the day before. Right? And I bet you're going to tell people like, oh, he put me in a position where I'm like, no, that's actually what you did. Right? You act like I was one of your long-term followers. I was like, look, bitch, I literally just saw you on the internet. I thought you were interesting. And like a regular person wanted to have a conversation, so I just went to the event. I didn't expect you to come pull no bullshit about how you're some fucking actual alien and you can see past life and you this and that. I didn't come for that. I came to ask you about like literal spiritual concepts, how to have superpowers, how to see auras and shit like this. That's what I came to you for, and that's exactly what I asked you about. You have this white personality sometimes where you're like, everything somebody do you think is political and they did it out externally. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Why the fuck would somebody ask you to come up to you and say, oh, nice to meet you again. I know you're from a past life, and you're just gonna say, oh, cool, and move on? Of course I'm gonna ask you, what the fuck did he mean? It's not like I saw you again, so why would I not ask? Let me tell you something. Prepare for me, because when we're in person, I will be physical. You understand? I won't hit you, but I'll hit the table. I'll get up, I'll storm out, I'll walk out, I'll just tell you, that's literally stuff I do when you know me. When I give you an answer, you don't talk back to me. So you ask me a fucking question, like, oh, why did you ask me that in public? And I'm like, because that was the only opportunity to ask you. I didn't give a fuck if it was in public or not. I needed an answer. And because I thought you weren't a slave and a grown-ass woman, if you didn't want to answer the question, then you could have just said it. There's no, you did it to set me up and force me into like, no, I didn't. You could have just fucking said, I will talk to you about that afterwards. Or you could have even literally just been like, that was a personal question when we talked. This is about, you could have said anything you want. You understand? You don't blame me for your dumb brain not coming up with a way to say no or out or whatever. So I better not hear say you're spreading rumors about me. Don't let me put you on my list. I don't mind destroying you publicly, openly for a very long time. I'm feeling a little high because I killed my own dad. And I'll kill you next too. Do you understand? Because I did go to your house and you were the reason I started to become homeless. And you did introduce me to a lot of fucking shitty people, and I can prove that you're dangerous. Okay? So between you and me, who know a little bit about that, don't push me. Because I don't have to be Christian. And you're gonna submit to me, actually. And I'm gonna dominate you. Or I will kill you. Exactly. You don't go around talking about you're the next Jesus, but you're a woman and try and make a bitch out of me. And then fling me like some, like, you still have your followers talking to me like they don't know me. Did you delete all the pictures of us on your Instagram, on your Facebook, and your there's a picture of me literally putting moisturizer on your boobs on your Facebook. I'm doing the makeup for your wedding years after we done met, so you can't even pull no, oh, he's just a makeup. I was like, wait, you knew him like 2-3 years before this, right? And I wasn't the makeup artist for your wedding. I was your friend. In case some of you don't know, I actually was a tarot reader for her wedding. Yeah, I got paid by Teal, literally, to give psychic readings to people at her wedding, to Allah. So I know you're a celebrity now. And when you move on from one chapter, you like to clean everything and pretend like you never get married. Oops. Sorry. I went on too many retreats and literal trips with you and Ali. I don't think you understand how much it is not in your interest to forget the things that we've done, because it's very criminal. Okay? It's like, wait, you've done what? You guys, I have literally been to Paris, Prague, Berlin with her and her husband. I've stayed in the same hotel as them. Slept in the same bed. Yeah, I know. Okay? We even took pictures in some of your hotel rooms and put them on the internet. So, anytime I hear you try this fucking bullshit, but we don't know each other, or you don't this, or you don't that, I'm literally gonna kill you. Because your people can't seem to let me go. Even when I long move on, I'm still getting messages from people, but oh, you're still in touch with Teal, and I'm kind of like, don't talk about her like that with me. I'm not one of your Teal. I don't know how you pick this image of me in your life, but you need to stop it. Yeah, I can feel you backing up like, holy fuck. Allah is literally French. I've been in France with him and you, driving your fucking car, and you like, I don't think you get to, you guys. Right? The amount of the hotels I've been to with them, amount of dinners across the world is actually kind of like fucking insane. And you're gonna tell me, say you forget, and because you forget, you think about that. How does that make you the powerful one? Because you forgot? It just make you have dementia to me. The idea is when they're in these narcissistic flares, it's supposed to be, oh, I don't remember, and I'm kind of like, then you're mentally ill. Like, you remembering doesn't make you like the one that's like kind of cool. So when I tell you and your followers, back the fuck up, because we're not the same. I'm not just some guy that used to be into teal and now I'm not, or like I'm like, you guys, I used to be up there with her, looking down on you. Okay? It's me she used to complain to and literally just be like, oh my god, they're so draining. Okay? At which point she'd be like, it's different with, you're literally like an actual power source. Like, you're literally like the sun. She basically confessed, even if she was trying to drain my energy, it wouldn't work. Because there's just too much to drain. And not only is there too much to drain, I am constantly doing like energy siphoning reversal spells. And I'm constantly kind of like doing energy absorption spells like from the air. Like, I will literally sit here and think, wait, if everything physical has a spiritual aspect, doesn't that mean light, which is physical, has a spiritual aspect? So like a photon particle has like a fourth dimensional version of a fourth? So like, wait, if I imagine taking in the energy spiritually of the aura of the light, what is that like? Actually, like, that's the stuff I will sit down and actually like, and then literally start to get high. From meditate, from being like, wait a minute, I'm actually buzzing. I'm literally buzzing, like I took, like and here's what's funny, I'd never taken drugs before. Really funny. So I didn't know what, I couldn't say. It was feel like I'm high. I literally didn't know what being high was. And someone will ask you, the first time I actually tried to take, I took something with a guy, and he gave me MDMA, I think so, something like that. And I remember I was like, wait a minute. Like, he was like, oh, I feel like connected to everything. Like, I feel like whatever. I was like, I don't feel anything. I was like, I mean, that's how I always feel. But I didn't realize, and that's when I first, wait, people take drugs to feel like me? Literally, that's the kind of outward thought. That's why people don't like me. Imagine me sitting there thinking, so you take this drug and then you feel free and connected to everybody and like everything's gonna work out for you. Yeah, I was like, but you are connected to everybody, and technically everything is gonna work out for you if you like let it. You know, it's almost like I don't really understand. Like, okay, so like whatever. So you know, such the case. So do you guys get what I mean? I can feel you now, like being like, Dalano, I think you really need to go to a police station. You need to report all these people. Because every single one of them hurt you, and then they actually go on the full. That's why I thought it was shocking to me, because I don't even realize that what they've done is illegal, but they know. So they go and do something dramatic, like report me to the police for something, and I'm like, what the actual fuck? But yeah, don't do that anymore. What was his name? Like, this guy, he's such an annoying little bitch. And he messaged me, and then like when I didn't respond, he literally deleted the messages. Facebook shouldn't. I don't think you should let people. You can't send someone a message and then let the person that sent the message delete the message. What? You sent a message. You sent a message. How can you do that? That's like, so you can send a literal message and threaten somebody, and before they can like be like, oh my god, I need to show this to someone, then the person can delete the message. You can't allow that. That doesn't make any sense. Remember, anything that you allow, that's what's gonna use to kill you. That's how life works. It doesn't have to be me. So yeah, try and remember that stuff with Teal and the husband and like whatever. I mean, like, I don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? But that's intense. Yeah, you've been doing what? Well, Teal, if I can describe you naked to people, then it kind of is like a proof that I've seen you naked. Okay? And because you forgot that there's literal pictures of me putting like moisturizer on your boobs for your wedding, they're gonna be like, okay, I'm pretty sure if you did this, the rest of what he's saying is okay. Okay? So let me tell you, she's trying to paint me as like, you know, some kind of like fat and some kind of like whatever, and I'm like, yeah, actually, it's been recorded and everyone was there, and even if you got everyone to lie, there's literal pictures that you did. See, because at the time, there's an aspect of her that was using me to get more popular, and then in person she would switch it around and act like I'm using her to get popular, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I made a video talking about why Teal Swan is legit, and it got hundreds of thousands of views, like basically more than any one of your videos. People literally come up to me and literally go, I only listen to Teal because of you. So I wouldn't be too hasty with your weird ass dismissals, and I'd start talking to me yesterday. Because she doesn't respond to my shit anymore. Ever since, technically I did cut her off. I did cut her off because I realized like she was being super abusive, and like she tries to be somewhat like repentant now, but it's like not enough. Like she still thinks like she just did a little thing. I'm like, I'm actually gonna kill you if you don't. Like, no, seriously, I've already set your death in place. I've already put a death spell up. And it just goes like, just kill her if she doesn't come around. I want respect. I'm gonna start killing people if you don't give it to me. Right? So someone used to talk about my dad Teal and how you think daddy's making a bitch of me, and well, daddy died of black magic. And it's I know because he died exactly how I said. I was like, you have a okay, so how witches kill is if you already have a weakness, especially if it's a natural weakness, then we consider that a yes from God. You know what I mean? It's just like a yes on this there, it's just like talking to you, and it's just like, oh my God, like you actually have high blood pressure, father. It's gonna be really easy to give you some kind of condition based off that. Okay, that was my hero. And what happened is I fell. I was going for heart attack, but it ended with aneurysm. I think that's close enough. I think that's a spirit saying like, he's a dumb bitch. He was stupid to the end. And I wrote that he would I put the curse up, and I said like, whatever, and people thought like haha, and then like they couldn't believe like he actually a few months he actually died. And you're like, I already gave you the proof. I already showed you the funeral program. I already like, you know what I mean. I already was like, okay, wow. And I had to pretend like it was like I'm going through a hard time, and like like how many you guys are like being mean to me when like my dad died. I was literally just like, oh man, I cannot wait to tell him I killed him. I just need to wait till the right time. Like now, so delicious, so yummy. And I've done it before. And in terms of Teal, man, I've cursed Teal badly. What do you think? The moment I left Teal and Teal Tribe and the whole entire group, they like got shut down by the FBI. The FBI literally investigated the group and went like, look, we do not think that this is like legal, and they got shut down. And like and like the group, they always want to like not think about it like that. They were like, oh, it happened when you were still with us. Like, no, it didn't. As far as I'm concerned, any group I've ever been a part of and I've been like, bye, they've just crumbled completely. Fucking crumbled completely. Like, I mean, like, they just went down, like, nobody cared. you know, she stopped. Do you notice? Ever since me, she stopped talking about spiritual, mystical stuff, and now she's basically just a psychologist. So yeah, so I don't want to make this too long, but yeah, I'm really kind of happy. I'm really happy with the death spell that I cast, and I really want to send a message to people that, like, you know, don't be so eager to try to be my fucking father. And I was like, oh, I want to be a daddy, and I'm like, joy. Joy. So let's do a real. I think I pulled some cards earlier, but I didn't get to show you. But yeah, you know what I mean? Man, you guys are getting a lot of the same stuff, huh? A lot of pentacles, a lot of, like, money. I think money is really the theme right now. Money, 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 money. Okay, okay. Alright, so quickly on that, yeah, and I just want to brag to the police force, like, you know what I mean? So, you hear me, police? Fuck you. My dad's dead. I killed him. I killed my dad. I killed David Robert Nelson. Do you understand? Do you get it? So, I killed him. Do you understand? And I will kill you next. Okay? And this is how I'm gonna do it. So, I just wanna... Oh, let's just do a little bit of that. Now is the rising, now is the time. So just focus on this symbol for a little bit and you will manifest. So these are symbols that represent the energies, that represent the circumstances that causes fatal injury. Just keep looking at this. And you will manifest circumstances that cause fatal injury. Do you know what I mean? And these ones too. You like that, huh? Good. Poisonous flowers and poisonous frogs and snakes also are very beguiling. Very enchanting. Is that clear? Oh, and this one too. Trapped in your own lie, huh? Fucking idiots. What's your chess move now? You think I'm not pissed? That's funny. I could literally kill you and drink your blood. I'm that mad. All that time playing victim. I guess he played it too many times. It simply had to come true. Oh, my son is a big bad, like, you know, oh, doesn't mention his wife. And I love it. I tried to report him for abusing me, my mother, and my brother, right? And basically just being an abusive person in general. And they try to ignore that, like, my mom's literally divorced him. And they're still pretending like, so you know what, they just pretend like they never got married. Because that is evidence, like, well, she obviously divorced him because of what motherfucking... My mom stood up in court for me already and said Dalano is a literal loving child. Like she literally, like, that's how it's like, almost like you don't get it. Like, I'm like, my parents don't like my mom. Like, she doesn't say like, oh, he's a good boy. She's like, she literally was like, he's literally not real. Like, she literally, that's how she said. She was like, I don't know what I did, but that's how she talks about me, right? Because I'm freaky. Okay, like, you don't understand. Like, when she come home, all chores are done. Like, it's almost like it wasn't supposed to be done. That's the thing. People are like, are you kidding? Yeah, it was supposed to be like some next level stuff. And she's like, are you kidding? It's like, yeah, all chores are done. All homework is done. Fuck, mind you, like, he'll cook dinner. I wait for me. Let's just sit there. Children are supposed to be bad. You're supposed to be doing things. You're supposed to be using the time to get to where with as much mischief as possible. And I'm like doing everything, being like, that's the kind of person that I am. You're like, what do you mean? Like come home and I'll be, because it's Jamaica, right? And I just had this thing where I used to love making lemonade. So I just think, what would make such and such happy? I was like, whoa, yes. And I go out and make it nice, perfect, just tangy, just sweet. Like, I pray over it, like the Holy Spirit. I know people like, they use their brain. I was like, you really shouldn't. But I just go. And I'm like, oh, that's just what I'm like, and I love it. I'm like, oh, mother, shall I give you a lemonade and a foot massage since you've been walking? And because that makes sense to me. Okay, you've just come back from the market. You've just come back from the market with things for us. So, what else? What other response is there to do apart from I make? This is be at like, I don't know, 9 or something. I just want to have my family. So when I go, like, I was like, you don't get it. They're like, that's why I said, like, I don't think you understand, because this is what's normal to me. I didn't know other people didn't do this. I didn't think it was considered extremely well. I didn't sit there and thinking, yes, I did a good thing. I was just like, nah, I wasn't thinking about that. I was just thinking, what would make such and such happy? And I love this person. What would God want? I don't know. I would just, it's like really easy. I'm like, I don't really get, what else would I do? It's almost like I'm like, there's too much time to be bad. There's just enough time to do the things and just sit there and be like, wow, I just have all this free time. And I would, and that's the kind of thing I would dream about. I would sit there and dream about, like, oh, it would be so nice to see her face. And then I'd think, oh, it's perfect. Her soap opera's on. It would be so nice to, like, and then I just, as I get older, I just upgrade. And I just go, oh, what if I could bake? Wouldn't it be nice if I made lemonade and then, like, a little mini pie or, like, a piece of cake or something sweet? And then she could have a snack. Then get a foot massage and watch her favorite show. This is perfection. That's what I think is funny, right? That's what I think is good. And that's what I, at this point, I probably have Jordan. Like, he's a baby at this point. And I'm like, but wouldn't it be nice if his diapers were changed? And wouldn't it be nice if, because I don't know if you're like if you're like a first child or whatever, like when you're, I don't know if you know, like sometimes it happens. So remember, I get it, like everyone's coming from different backgrounds, but I have to also speak to some people who can relate to some things. So if you don't, it's like, like when your mom has to like do you do like in the bottles, the little mini bottles, and like sometimes freeze them or refrigerate them? So it's like there was breast milk everywhere. So it was just, that's just how I was. So you see, it's not child abuse when she leaves me alone, because this is different. I'm like beyond adult, super care at this point. But that's just what I would think, and that's how I would act too. I would go get the lemonade, turn the TV on, and then go get Jordan and either put him in her lap. Seriously. I'm like, mommy would love to hold Jordan and drink lemonade, and then I'd give her a foot massage to heal from the walking. People know this. You know what Jamaica's like. That's what I'm like with all my family. So say my mom comes, surprise, I'm here with Auntie John and Auntie Edna. I'm like, more lemonade. And then this is when they would look at my mom and just like, what is going on? They even try to say no, like no, and I'm like, no. I know, oops. And that's when I would kind of wander everything and use my control power. And they need that. They're like, what? And then they're looking at me like, I'm like, I don't know why you think this is weird. And that's genuinely like, I like Jill. So that's just like what I'm like. And that's what my mother said in court. Do you get what I mean? This was in 2019. It's recorded. And every time I tell the police, like, why don't you just look at the first court case and like listen to no, they don't, because they knew what you said. I'm fighting people who know I'm innocent and they want a reason to think I'm bad. I'm like, sorry. I'm like, I don't think you like get it. Like, it's always like, man. And I'm like, you guys just need to like accept what I do. Because they're like, no. And then I get nastier and nastier. I start experimenting with like fruits and lemonade. So I'm getting like strawberries and like crushing it and like I'm like, ooh, raspberry and blueberry. No. How about mint? And like I'm like so now it's like lemonade with the extras. And then I learned how to cook, and I was like, you guys think cooking is about? I'm like, cooking is literally just about like spoiling people. Oh my god, it's like it's not like I'm just like, yes, the power. I get to sit here and think, I can make something to cheer somebody up. I can make somebody's favorite thing. I like it when, and she's so cute. Looks at me like, can I actually? And I'm like, yes, you can. Yes, I will make a pie. Across all the time. Oh, like 9 months? That's a long time. You guys get where I'm you know, and or a nice meat vegetable pie, or you know, like lots of vegetables. So I'm like, I know what's in your body, and I, you know, so they're torturing me with my mother. They're torturing me with her. Guys on the street are telling me like, your mom doesn't love you, like, you know, like on the street, like seriously. And I'm like, I'm actually gonna kill you for that. For saying that to me, and I really think people should like, you know, even the person here when I was like, you know, like, you know, oh, and I'm like, excuse me. So when I'm gonna meet like these, like, so you know, I'm getting this celebrity. I'm like, you guys need to stop. Okay, you have a job like everybody else's job. So don't you there's no space to lose like temper with me. It's like you are like, sorry, I'm not gonna say that because that's mean. You're not an actor. Like, you are a person with many traits. One of your jobs is acting. Do you know what I mean? Or one of your jobs is being like, technically being a celebrity is a job. So you don't have to like feel like, oh, it's about like, you don't have to do the whole like, I know some of you are embarrassed, like, don't think of me as a celebrity. And I'm like, don't worry, a celebrity is a job to me. It doesn't matter if you're, it's like being a nice person and playing a murderous psychopath. Like, it's a job. And I'd rather it be you play the murderous psychopath than like somebody else. Like, see, like, it doesn't have to be like that. But and I don't think that I think that habit can make you like, big shit, I forget, like, not everybody thinks about people like that. And I'm like, yeah, and that's what I think about, because I already love people, and I love people, and I like their jobs. So I don't want to diverge too much, but let's say one of my family members was a farmer. I will literally shoot you in the face if you think your fucking ability to sing or you can smile on TV or some shit. That's not more important than this job. So it's like you don't need to remind me you're a regular person. That is you being not regular. Like, why would you need to tell me that? Right? Some and especially some of the new people, they're like kind of like, I really understand. I'm like I am just an overwhelmingly affectionate person, and it has nothing to do with like your accolades. That's just how I am. And you're like, no. I'm like, no. That's just how I am. As in, like, that's why I'm so controversial. That's how I am now. And that's just how I am. I know it seems like bragging, but maybe it is. So, you know what I mean? People need to learn how to feel something they don't like, but not consider it abuse. Because there's being arrogant and there's literally rubbing something in your face on purpose to hurt your feelings, and that's not what I'm doing. Okay? I've been accused a lot for a very long time about being a bad person. And it's finally good to just actually be like, no, I'm not just kind of not bad. I'm not just not guilty. I'm fucking innocent. I'm not insecure anymore about it. Like, I'm really fucking happy and I'm a nice person. And like, yeah, I feel bad for you that you struggle with like what, like, you know, like Stefan and shit like that. Like, I literally don't. I feel nothing for people like Stefan. I would kill Stefan easy. Vampire Diaries Stefan's gonna be like, I was like, when I taste the blood, I just can't stop. You know, everything's all about me and my issues, and I'm a ripper, and and I'm literally just like drop dead. I just think that's like, I don't relate. I just think it's fucking stupid. What do you mean you can't stop? Just stop. That's just how I feel. That's how I am. And I used to think I was a bad person, like I was judging them, and then I just stopped caring. And many people could be like this too. I said I just don't struggle with that. Oh, but didn't you ever think that you could? No. And you still do it, yes. It's that people are like, oh my god, you actually still do it. Like, yeah, and people who know me, they'll be like, he does make lemonade a lot, actually. Like, because we in Jamaica, we call it lemonade, but it's technically limeade, but nobody calls it limeade. I promise you, if you meet somebody and they go, limeade, I promise you they're lying, pretending to be Jamaican or like whatever. Nobody. We literally call it lemonade, even though we only use lime to do it. And we know it's lime. It's not like we call lime lemon. Some people don't know what a lemon is. I didn't know what a lemon was until I came here, actually. Maybe I saw it once or something, or like my cousins showed me what a lemon was, and I'd be like, huh, so this is like actual lemon, like lemonade. One time I didn't like it. I was like, ooh, and then it was sour enough. But they actually do taste different. They're very different, and yeah, okay. Lemon. I was like, lemonade. Like, I know, because like that's how people make us feel, like bad for everything. Like, it's like, ha ha ha, that's live, and it's like, okay, all you did is make us cry. Oh, what you feel, what like you know that we're not narcissists here. If we're crying, then we're gonna tell you. That's what Jamaican is like. It's like, all right, man, you make me feel bad. Calm down. And they're like, oh my god, you can't just be emotionally vulnerable. It's almost like, or what? You gonna whip me? Put me in chains? Like, we're done. Get through that already. Does that make sense? So, and don't look at this accent. This is not like, that's not how you really talk. No, that's what a bilingual person sounds like. So, like, when you're speaking Spanish, then you speak it in the Spanish accent. They don't know if you're not Spanish. And you speak English, you speak it in English. Like, you get what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I didn't know what a lemon was till I moved here. Okay, whatever. I was like, this is a lemon. Like, lime is better. I think it's okay. Yeah. I guess some people might call lemon lime, and then they get corrected. You know, it's just like, don't correct them. That's like being like, this is a tangerine, and this is like a, not like an orange. It's like another one, like a clementine. I was like, look, bro, they're just fucking oranges. They're just all oranges. But I mean, fair enough. Tangerine is a little different to orange, like we know that. But yeah, it's like people need to really relax. I think I'm faking, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm good now. Oh, I remember I didn't get bullied for my accent. People loved it too much. I told you. So you tell a story that I got bullied, and like that's why I don't talk. I'm like, no, people just like it a lot, and because they like it a lot, I'm literally like a Robin. I'm like, Batman said, don't draw too much attention to yourself. So if you notice anything, employ cloaking protocols. Okay. The tarot cards have mystically disappeared, but I remember them. Past was Seven of Chalices. Okay, it was Seven of Chalices. Present was Seven of Chalices in the Green Witch Tarot deck. Okay, so this deck is a literal spiritual deck I found literally in a supermarket in Lidl. I don't even know what to call it. It's like basically some kind of cool. Okay, so what was the middle? Something of Pentacles. It was one that we already. I think it was Four of Pentacles again. Four, yeah. And then Future was Ten of Pentacles. So enjoy that. Something like that. Okay, lemons were kind of easy because they're really fat, and you can just use one. Lemonade formula, lemon, and sugar and water. That's all. I know, even mommy, who I made this video the other day, was like, wait, did you put anything in it? It tastes like. I'm like, mother, you forget our secret ingredient. It can't be. You're like, what does it taste like? What do I always say when you were like, oh, you make this taste so amazing, and you're like, what you? Or what something, or I'm efficient. I don't know. We don't really. If you guys pointed that was cute. Efficient, like fish we just have. Okay, that's cute. We are efficient people because we are mermaids. I like it. You know. Okay. So thank you. And don't mess with me, or I kill you with magic, or I reduce you. Don't worry, I threaten people all the time. It's how I say I love you. Yes. So I just wanted to bust that out so people don't act like things aren't working out for me. It is. And I'm going to be high about the fucking death of that fat pig for the rest of my life. My mother used to iron and press wash his fucking clothes. And you know how long that process is? Like the washing. And here's what I'll say. You see, you motherfucking young people. I'm going to give you a message. You see, you motherfucking young people. The world is still young. And what I mean by that is if I'm only 32, you know. Relax. And I remember a world where not everybody used to have a washing machine. Okay? Washing machines were even kind of still coming out. It's almost like you don't realize, like, when the if you look on Google, and you know you're good with internet and like stuff like that, you'll see that the first cell phone or like cell phones became public in 1996 or 4 or some shit. All right? It wasn't in the 80s. It wasn't. That was still the pager and like a whole bunch of different things. Do you understand me? Mobile phones just came out. I'm old enough to remember a world before a lot of technology. Do you understand me? So it wasn't that I grew up poor and the rich kids all have phones. Like, no, they didn't. It didn't come out yet. No one had it, whether you're rich or not. Do you understand me? I don't think some of you would know that. You act like that was some fucking ages ago, only people in the 60s. I'm like, go do your research. Cell phones only came out mid-90s. So I'm born 1992. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now, even if I was rich, which I was, yes, you get what I'm trying to say? Why the fuck would I have a cell phone at 8 years old or 7 years old or some shit? Like, to do what? Play snakes and ladders? Literally, we had that game in real life. And I promise you it was more fun than on the phone. Okay? Cell phones are for when you don't have family. Do you understand me? So stop freaking out when sometimes I want to go on like a cleanse and not have a smartphone. Are we clear? You have no idea what it's like for people who are like, I'm still young. Exactly. It's almost like you're like, holy shit, you are still. Yes, when people are born in the 2000s and like whatever, you have no idea how weird that is. And it's not that weird for me because my brother was born in the year 2000. So I know exactly what it's like. And when he was born, we already had a computer, cell phone. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Washing machine, all that shit we already had by 2000. Does that make sense? So back to my mom and literally growing up like Cinderella. So when I look at you and I get mad sometimes, I'm like, shut the fuck up or I'll punch you in the face. You don't know who you're talking to. I said, I remember a world before everybody had a washing machine. You're like, what did people used to do? Wash it with your fucking hands in a basin. So there's all this shit I still know how to do because I had to do it. Like you think everybody had a GHD? You think everybody had curlers? You have no idea what people used to do back then. Okay? Get anything hot, anything somewhat silly. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to tell you right now? The age of curlers and like, why did people like used to? Because they didn't have straighteners? Not because they couldn't afford them. They didn't exist. Does that make sense? So now when you do your stupid little retroactive things and you're like, oh, like the 90s, and you act like it was like fucking the way back. You know, people that literally grew up in the 90s are like, nobody did that back then, but okay. We actually remember, like, we're sitting right here looking at you like this. Let's see what them talking about, like what people used to wear when I was in high school. You guys need to stop growing up around all these weird adults. So I'm gonna come and do a protection spell for LL for now. When she was doing her show, I'm gonna hear that directors told her not to watch Harry Potter and not to like watch any of the modern stuff that was going on because they didn't want it to influence her. I'm telling you this right now. If you're watching me and you're an actor, never do that. Never listen to your directors. Do you understand? And always threaten to curse them because every single one of them know magic. Every single one. And if you do it, it will work. Don't let them tell you what to do. Do your own research and watch your shit. Do you get what I mean? They will bullshit because they think that acting is something you can only do if it's real. They don't get that it's acting. So they will try to gaslight you and keep things from you because they want you to have an a real emotional reaction. They don't get that it's acting, bitch. I can fake a reaction that's realer than the one I would have had. And they don't think you're talented enough to pull it off. You don't need to scare me. I can pretend to be scared. You like it's like I'm like you don't need to say, I'm gonna need you to actually run around so you can actually start panting. You don't have to do that. You don't have to. I don't have to actually do that. I can get into it. Don't worry. Is that okay? I don't need you to tell me. You're gonna need to spend time in it because I want you to get a real authentic. It's like you don't know what I know. Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna tell her, don't no. Watch Harry Potter because it's supposed to encourage you and teach you a thing or two about corrupt systems and which adults you can trust and which and I said, I'm coming for you. That's not how the world works. That's why you have to watch lots of movies. Like, what do you mean? That's what I said. I'm not that special. There's lots of people that think exactly like me. I'm like, what do you mean? They just think it's not your business and it's not your business. This is our business because you are a different age group. I don't care if you're a director. How old are you? 14? No. Do not leave them alone with any of these people. And let me tell you something. If you're a parent and you do it, the spirits will punish you. Yeah. You have to waste your time. When you wonder, wait, why would the kids in the higher year look after the little kids? Because some of them are brothers and sisters. It's like, that's how it works. It's like, oh, just this person reminds me of my little brother. Like, I can't. Oh, this person reminds me of my sister. I can't. They literally reminds me of my little cousin. Like, so, like, you're like, oh. So when they go, no one looks out for each other. Like, no one like this. Like, that's no one. I mean, maybe sometimes people betray some people. Sometimes, but like, that's harsh. So this is how it works. Some people will kill other people. Kill them. Kill them if they hurt people. Literally kill. They're like sitting there thinking, no one's gonna find out, and no one's gonna. And like, there's people literally looking, and they're willing to go very far. Yeah. You're like, oh, no one's. For many reasons. And here's one reason that they lie. Because it's fun. Sometimes it's fun to fuck up a bitch. It just so happened that you're fucking them up because they're fucking somebody else up. It's nice to slap a dumb nigga in their face. This is universal, right? Sometimes it's just nice to clap a bitch. Ooh. See, everybody has that little bit of mischief, and it's okay. No. So when making movies, just be mindful about many people are watching, and not everybody think the same way. Because I don't want to hear any. Oh, um, everyone's gonna like. Everyone that's like, that's what that. Or you know, oh, all the guys are gonna think this. All the girls are gonna think. All of them. Is it? And you know, no guy. I'll give you an example. You remember those online makeup challenges, man? Those boyfriend challenges used to really fucking piss me off. And it's like every single boy played the same role. I don't know what Miss Makeup is. I don't know what, and I'm like, that's so unrealistic. In the real world, there's some guys with like older sisters, younger sisters. They share a room together. I mean, you would have literally watched them do their makeup so many fucking times. Like, there's no way you wouldn't know what to do. You'd have a relationship. You'd like. Do you know I know this? There's like a secret society of like guys that grew up with girls, so they like know everything, and they have to pretend because other guys can't have it. No, seriously, it's like the other guys grow up without a girl, so they say they've never seen a vagina before. They don't know what boobs are, and they literally are like fucking weird. So you kind of like feel like you can't talk about things with them because they always take it to some weird place. You're kind of like, and you don't know how to say it without being like, you know, like, oh, you've seen your sister's boobs, so like, do you and your sister have sex? And you're kind of like, no. Did she say she wanted to? I'm missing. But but you also get like, I'm trying to cover all the groups, but you get where I'm going at. It's just kind of like, no, like, and then you're trying to explain like, but how do you? And I'm kind of like, I literally grew up with my sister. Like, I grew up with my mom. Like, I don't know. I didn't realize like boobs were sexual. Like, does that make sense? It's like they're trying to explain like, bro, I don't know. All that's normal to me. Like, underwear is like, yeah, because our mom washes all her clothes together, and sometimes they get mixed up. And do you ever like just think it's gross and funny? Yeah, like it's just stuff, but you're not gonna tell everybody that. You're not gonna like divulge. And some guys just are in denial, and then that's why I said it's a secret society, and they know people watching it, and they're like, oh my god, I actually know exactly what you mean. No matter how many times you explain to them that it's just normal to you, they refuse. You like guys. That's why some people don't say shit about their family. Like, there will be a guy, and nobody will know why he's so comfortable around the girls or why this, and he just won't say shit. Turns out like he's literally one of like 6 children, and like all 5 of them are girls. He's like, I don't think you get it. My mom and my dad, they're too busy. So my like older sister makes dinner sometimes. Like just it's just stuff like that to help out. Or not like too busy, but like to help out. And they're like, she cooks dinner for you? And you're almost like, not like for me. Like, I don't know how does she's like for everyone. It's for like the whole family. They're just chipping in. Like, it's not like, I don't know, it's just super fucking intense. You're like, stop acting like such a weird, thirsty loser, bro. Like, it's just my family. Like, it's just so cringe. And the energy is just like, I'm just really used to this. So I know that's what I feel like. I was like, look, I'm so sorry. I grew up in like church and like whatever. It's like, technically all the older girls just kind of like have to look after us, but not like that. I just mean like, you like, do you get what I mean? I think they're all bigger and taller than you because you're a little boy. So no, I don't really grow up with this concept that like girls are small and boys are big and you can't. I'm like, no, actually, even if I was angry, they were just stronger than me because I was 4, 5. And they were always 16 and 18. And you know how when you're little, people just look like adults. So it's like, you don't know what it's like to fight with a. I was like, look, I don't really know what. No, not really. like your Sunday school teacher, or your like, I don't know. Do you get what I mean? You guys know what I mean when you go to like a reasonably good place and there's like also responsible people there, so you're kind of like you can like go up to anyone and ask for a snack. Like I don't really know how to explain it to you. You're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, say you need to use the bathroom when your mom's busy. You can just ask one of the other girls, like, can you take me to the bathroom? I'm like, oh, yes, sweetie. And you're like, wait, what? And I'm like, what do you mean, what? What else? And after a while, I'm not pretending. I am shocked. I need you to explain to me why what I just said is strange to you. I don't know. I'm not doing the whole acting shocked for dramatic effect thing. I don't know what you're talking about. And it's not just me. It's like, no, I don't think it's like anything. It's not. It just. I'm like, yeah. I like sit on tons of girls' laps all the time. And sometimes I'm in church and I'm sleepy, so I lie down. No, and then your literal mom will just come over and drop off your snacks and be like, oh, can you give this to him? Like, yeah. I don't really, church trips, like, or safety. So we were going out somewhere and they're like, don't walk past this. Like, oops, sorry. Like, you can't, like, I'm the guy, I can't listen to you. It's like, they literally are looking after you. So they don't take advantage. Like, I'm like, what? In what way? Like, steal your snacks? This is like I don't want to say I'm not trying to like be famous and broadcast all of my things to people, but like it's almost like people literally think I'm making things up. So I'm just like, ooh, I'm just gonna break my like cloaking spell for 5 seconds to be like, can you just like tell people that this is like a thing? Just so it's like, because they're acting really weird over here, and I'm like, I don't get it. I was like, you can't just not everyone's a hypocrite, just some. Like, we don't really call it hypocrisy. It's just like backsliding, and you can't like label somebody with a sin. That doesn't make any sense. You're not a liar. You just lied, or you did a sin. Like, not a sin. Okay, whatever. I'm reaching for all groups here. I'm sure many people that grew up in many different countries and this one understand. Yeah, and you can't say that it's a Jamaican or like a rural thing or like a even a black people thing. Like, no, I'm like, my church was always connected to like lots of churches, and you get what I'm trying to say? I'm like, no matter where I went, it was like that. And I was like, I've never been to a place where there was like an older person or like a person that usually has like some kind of responsibility, and then you ask them for something. And anything else happens apart from, yeah, it's like, say I was doing mischief and some older girls came around. It's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'd kind of have don't set fire to the plastic thing. The fumes don't seem safe, or like whatever. And I'm like, we wanted to like, and that's kind of about it. There's not anything else. So I really mean it when I say when I hear this weird talk about. I was like, you can't say that. You can't, and it's not being woke, and it's not like it's being a regular. It's being regular. It's being a regular person. There doesn't need to be like a new wave of people. Like, and I'm not coming for anyone because it was kind of nice a little bit, but you shouldn't have to be like, oh, I'm a feminist, I'm a guy. Like, it shouldn't be that revolutionary. I literally mean it. as it pertains to listening to children, as I like, I'm still a child in many ways, and some of the people I know are literally older than me, even if you're younger than me. Like, you get what I mean? And like, remember, I have to like hit on everybody in public so that it can be known that everyone hits on them. If that makes sense. But as soon as it starts to get uncomfortable and weird, like feeling I'm like, oh my god, no! I know. I feel like I'm literally like so. So yeah, just don't put too much power in stuff. Yeah, I try to remember as well, just like a little bit of Tio. I've been there when you've gone through this with other people, and I've seen the way that you make stuff up. I've been there when someone's turned on you and you've like rung Graciela and said like, oh my god, this person is not saying nice things about me. Like, delete the pictures of me and them and this and that. And like, I've been like, oh, okay. So I would be very careful with how you handle me until you remember what I actually know. Okay? Being in denial of what I know won't get you anywhere. Till I am literally either gonna completely ruin your career or deputize you. Your choice. But I'm not gonna reach out to you again. You understand? I'm not gonna play that I'm in the wrong. I'm not gonna message you and say I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do nothing. You're gonna talk to me, or we literally not gonna talk forever. Do you understand me? Good. You're like, oh my god, you forgot I was in Paris. You forgot I was in Prague with you in LA. I was in Paris. We stayed in the same hotel in Paris. I think we stayed in the same hotel in Berlin. We stayed in the same hotel in Prague. I know Ole's friends, like all their jobs and workplaces, because you brag about it with me. You know, he's the vice consulate of Monaco, and you know, I think he even lost his vice consulate. I think so, because of like you and him, or no, or maybe that's the roommate. I've been with you and him in San Francisco, where this guy's a billionaire and he actually once asked me to pay for something because he paid for the last thing. So now it's my turn. I'm like, excuse me? You guys have not paid me for a lot of stuff. Yeah? And they even sent me a message asking me to move in with them once. I didn't bring it up. It's literally in the message. Alright? That's how far these people went, and they had the audacity to come turn on me and talk about how spread rumors about me. See, I better not find out you spread rumors about me. Do we understand each other? Deal. I said I'm literally threatening to kill you in front of everybody. And I'm threatening to kill anybody that stands with you against me in front of everybody. Do you understand? I have my own like shit. I'm sick and tired of being at the bottom of somebody else's social ring when I'm literally the king of mine. And trust me when I tell you, I am the king of mine. Like, dude, people just love me. And that's what I mean by I am the king. They fucking love me. They fucking love me. They literally fucking love me. And I'm a little nasty to them. Do you understand? I am disgusting. These people have me on speed dial. And they know that's it. And that's how people see me. They're like, we could just ask Dalano. We could just. They don't really. They don't even. And it's not like I can disrespect, but they don't really call it asking, because it's not like that. The sad Jody, like, I know, you lost your memories, or you were undercover. Forget to I came to this church. It's always like that. When I've been to a church, I've literally had a life at a church before that, mounted a big life, and you're like, oh, these people think they're like the first wave, and I'm like, you're like my second surrogate cousin. Like, I already have like multiple ones. So what happens is, like, I'll meet these new people and then they'll be like, oh, Dalano, and I'm like, no. You talk to my people. They will tell you, what the fuck? No. I don't have problems. I don't forget things. I don't, like, you know, that's the kind of stuff that I do. Like, they're like, I don't think you get it. Like, they're looking at me like, and I'm like, no, that's how he is. Say Dalano is 9 and you're literally 15, you're having a quinceañera. Dalano will decide that now is the time for him to get his first job, and will literally just manifest some kind of job out of some way and work literally tirelessly just to get the money to get you a present. And because Dalano is completely fucking stupid, he has no idea how much money or what is so supposed to be acceptable. So what Dalano would possibly do is the type of person, this is like a metaphoric real thing, would literally go and get you a diamond ring from like mommy's gonna get you a diamond ring, because, you know, like, and I just thought it would be funny because nursery, and he will outdo your husband, your wife, your father, like everybody completely with some inappropriate show of affection, and everyone will just be like, I don't know what to do. Tell him you can't give another person, or you can't give somebody a diamond ring, because that usually means like this, that. And then you have to sit down and break it down to him, because he'll be like, oh, but if I didn't mean it like that, then it. Yeah. They'll be like, I just thought that this was a reasonable thing, and I'll just get the money to do it. So, I'm really sorry, you guys. I come from a world where everybody literally thinks I'm like the perfect guy. And most of those people are actually like, and these girls that I grew up with, I'm not trying to say like whatever. I didn't really think about it like that at the time. But they're like models. I'm talking about like they have flat stomachs and like thin, like I mean, like they just no shadow of turn. There's nothing wrong with them. If that makes sense. So people look at us and they're like, "What's going on there?" And we don't say anything. We're just none of your business. And the reverse is true. You think when what do you think it was like when I moved here? You think it was like, oh, Dalano has no friends, and like when it's like, dude, my last few months here was like going to like party after party after throwback after party after party of people saying goodbye to me. I'm bawling, and wailing, and weeping, like literally gnashing of teeth, the whole entire thing. I'm like, how am I gonna respond to this? Nasty presents for next year. That's just literally it. You guys thought it was like some living in, no, I love that song. Living in a small town, when the rain would pour down, feel the rush and the ocean. But I have no friends, and this is Bailey, and I was like, no, it wasn't actually. So let me tell you what people did for me, right? Somebody planned a surprise trip. I mean, it was like a series. So the church. So technically, it was like, oh, this about a surprise series of events. So we went to some kind of like water world. I mean, because everybody, like, I mean, these are people who know everything about me, not like these weird people. Like people who like everybody knows Dalano is literally an actual fish. So if you want to make him happy, we're going to some kind of like water. We literally did like a beach day, a beach trip, several beaches where my favorite foods were ordered. You know, favorite cakes and favorite people. It was just like, do you know what I mean? You know, yeah, where pools were rented out so I could like swim. The list went on. Then there was one beach, one of our favorite, another beach, and then another beach, and then another, then like a hotel was like literally a Hilton. One of the Hiltons was rented out. We just went to the pool there and had dinner there. And, you know, it was just like trip after trip after trip. You went to movies, the mall, we did this, we did that, we went home. I mean, the list went on, and then we took photos, and I was given, which I still have, a literal memory of the whole entire thing. So the photos from us. And these are, some of these people are people. I mean, I don't want to call them church friends because that's not the point. But we literally like have memories of going to camp together and this together, and that's just one group of friends. Okay, the other group. I mean, it was guys. It was like a dinner there, this party, and I was given like letters, love letters, like, you know, like don't forget me, bitch, and like you know, just like insecure much, and we talked about this, and a lot of people don't know. So when I come to Teal, you think I'm some dumb fucking loner, telling you, oh, I have no friends and nobody loves me. I know the people are laughing. Do you get it? So watch it with me, because you literally made a lifetime of crying about how horrible your life is, and I'm literally trying to hold that so people don't get jealous and stone me on a cross. Okay? Back the fuck up. The list goes on. And that's all I know as well. Jealousy. People like, why is this guy into you? Why are people usually, but people are usually very afraid, and it seems like I'm even just realizing this now. They go to my friend, I was like, oh, they ask you. I didn't know that, but my friend, they don't tell me. They don't tell me that people come to, I'm like, what? Because they know you, and they ask me, and I've always just been very nasty. I talk to them like this. They'll say, how come this person talks to you? And I'd be like, why wouldn't they talk to me? And usually that's when they stop. Or why do you talk to this person? It's like, why would I talk to? No, it's usually why does this person talk to you? Because apparently apparently they're like fucking amazing, famous people. Sometimes I don't even know. Like I'm like, oh, I didn't know it was like that. You know, it's like me being like oh yeah, what's his name? No, I had amazing. No, I think he's like my new friend. Like I'll talk about like I said, oh, it's so amazing. And oh, we had the best. Blah blah blah. What's his name? What's his something? John F. Kennedy. That's it. Like that's kind of like how I'd be, and it did. Some people are either so shocked. They're so shocked. I don't even like. It's only in retrospect, like years after, that I learned something, and then I have to look back and say, oh, and they're like, don't be different now, because you And I'm like, oh, and they're like, don't be different now. I just said, don't be different now. I was like, oh my god. Like, I didn't know that. So, how many people know you? Or like, that's why people are looking at us like that. Like, it's literally always like, I'm like, why the fuck are? And then and I'm not nice. Sometimes I'm not nice. I'm so sorry. So I don't go, why are people are just like, why the fuck you looking at me? And why are you looking at him? That's just how I am. And they just never mind. And I'll be doing that for years and not know. So how many times do I have to tell people like that's literally what I'm like? Because I'm like, you can't just fucking look at people. It's impolite to stare. Like you like I did not realize. And so I'm not trying to get into it, but apparently, I'm talking like that's the kind of stuff I've experienced in Jamaica. And it's like all these people, and it even happened with my mother. Like I'd come home and I'd be like, yeah, mommy, oh, by the way, I'm going over to like Thingy's house. And they're like, yeah, what's her name? Lynn? Lynn, no, Jamie Lynn. Oh, Jamie Lynn. I'm like, yeah, Jamie Lynn. They're like, okay, cool. Jamie Lynn Spears? And I'm like, Mom, how do you know? Is the like literally like I'll be like, because that happens sometimes like, oh no, it's just and then Mom would probably play it down. She'd be like, oh no, I met her mother at the PTA. That's what Mommy will do. And such and such Spears, and she was talking about daughter. So when you said Jamie, I thought, oh, all right, okay, done. So I'll go over. Then I'll be like, oh wow, your house is big. This is nice. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, like just pretend. Like I'm like, oh, so same shit I ask. Oh, what do you do for fun? Like, what do you like to? Oh, I like to. Can we say nothing? Sometimes nothing happens. Or sometimes I'm super fucking dumb and out of the loop. So literally, I will literally see, like, oh, my sister Brittany is like coming over, and and I'm like, oh, okay, like, is she nice? Like, do you get along? And it's like 9 out of 10 times, everyone just went, okay, chance for a new life. I'm not gonna say anything. So you don't know who. Like, no, they won't fuck it up. They won't put it like that, because then obviously I'm not that thick. But sometimes I am. Like, I'll just be like, don't know who such and such. And they'd just be like, no, never mind. I'm like, okay, cool. So that's why I was like, but now things have turned into the opposite. I've met people and they're almost talking to me like I'm supposed to talk to them, like I know them. And I'm like, boy, girl? No, mostly it's boy. I'm like, I have no idea what this weird thing is, but I'm gonna go now. And so one more time, that's kind of how I am. Like, or worse, I'll meet people and they'll be like, yeah, I go to this place all the time, like I know such and such, and I'm like, oh, cool, nice. Hey, does your mom have any more of like just shit like that? And it's just like, in retrospect is when I'm working it out now, that they're like, see, I just told you that I hang out with lots of famous people, so this is the part where you're supposed to fake a friendship with me, or even try, just so you can get into the circle. And I'm like, but what if they're not nice? I was like, I don't know if that's like a lot of stuff. Or postcode lotteries. I don't know what those are. I still don't know. I'm learning, obviously. I think Chelsea is a place. I don't know. So someone will invite them. They'll be like, oh, I live here, and they're kind of like, and I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll get a bus. Like, I'll like whatever. And I'm like, ooh, this place is nice. I like, oh, blah blah blah. And apparently, I'm supposed to like be moved because it's like a prominent area, and I'm supposed to understand these different social etiquettes. And I'm like, and I'm not. It's not. I'm not making fun of it, and I'm not like I'm poor and you're. I'm literally like I'm just like I did not realize I had to see the world through this massive divide. I'm just thinking I'm a kid, you're a kid. I'm coming over to your house. You're gonna live in my house. Like we're just going over to each other's house. Like, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do something dumb and stupid, like think everybody's parents are together. I'm gonna think your mom can cook. I'm literally not. I'm not putting pressure on them. I'm not saying like, oh, you should. I'm literally just gonna be like, can you and mom make us a sandwich or something? Like literally, when they'll just be like, dude, no, this is like we order or like we like ask the chef or like we do this or we do that, and I'm like, oh, can the chef make us a sandwich? Like, or I'll be like, oh, that feels weird. Maybe just show me where the stuff is and I'll do it. I'm like, oh, maybe they could use a break, or I don't really think about it. Look, I do like myself, and I didn't really think about this like that before. I did, but I do think I'm better. I think this is the better way to be. I think it is. And when people tell me they struggle with superiority and feelings of impersonal, and I'm like, oh, well, I don't, and that's good for me. Okay, we all have our struggles, and that maybe that's what makes me a little bit different. I don't think I have problems that people don't. I think we all have problems and we all handle them differently. Okay, I kind of think I have problems that people don't, but that's my compliment to people. That's how I say, you're fantastic. I like it. I tell these because I know there's people. And sometimes, in retrospect, I'm working out. Moms take the break. Like they're like, usually I'm a busy. No, not really. I don't really. And sometimes it's not true. Sometimes they do it all. So I'm not bad. But that the first thing I mentioned is true. Sometimes it's like, oh, but it's different. Not like because I'm not like, obviously if you tell me in your heart, oh, I don't like making sandwiches, or that's not, obviously. Yeah, or like, or, you know what I mean? Like, dude, I'm not gonna go over to like Oscorp because I'm Peter Parker and just kind of be like, raid the fridge, Except for that's different because literally, moms will tell me off. They're like, all right, you sucker. When you come over here, don't spend any money. And don't, like, they're basically force feeding me stuff, fancy stuff, like amazing stuff. And they're thinking, and in the back of my head, I can think about them thinking about my mother and how they don't want my mother to feel bad that they're giving me like things that my mother doesn't give me. That's how thoughtful some of these people are. I'm like, listen, so cute. But yes, I'm not gonna bring it up, and they're like, oh my god. I know they're like, you're so ridiculous and sentimental. Why do you remember that? I'm like, because you made me a sandwich. It was nice. And that's what I like bring up, and I'll bring up that at the oddest times. And I'm just giving you a self-analysis thing. So I'm with some I'm at school, maybe I'm in some setting and I'm like drawing or whatever, and then I'll just be like, oh my god, do you remember when your mom made us those fucking tasty sandwiches? Sometimes I swear, sometimes I don't swear, but sometimes like in high school, like I swore a lot. I was like, you remember those fucking days? You remember McDonald's sandwiches? And it's like, yeah, like in front of, and apparently it's like, I'm in front of like a group where that, I don't know, that, well, I'm not supposed to say that, or like, but I never had that image. So that's why I don't do the whole bullied character thing, and I don't do the whole I'm so sweet and wallflower that I won't, like, sometimes I do it, for real. But I don't do it too much. Sometimes I'm just nasty. So I just said, you know, and if you challenge me, that's when you know. So I'll be like, is the sandwiches? If someone goes, why are you talking about sandwiches? I'm like, why are you talking? Like, literally, that's just how I am. It just comes out. Like, I'm like, I was enjoying this memory with my, about tasty, like, that's just how I see it. I was like, I was enjoying this memory. We were enjoying this together. Why did he interrupt it? That's what I'm like. That's what I would ask people. People are like, and I had this voice at 12, a little bit before that. So I wasn't one of those like, nah, I'm not making fun of you. But I didn't have a high voice. Seriously, I was in high school and I tried out. You know, like with the groups is like baritone, there's tenor. Literally, I'm a baritone. I just use singing techniques to give myself more range, but I could barely hit an E4. Okay, it's literally that was like a high note for me. Literally an E4. If you know what that is, you're like, that is next to pathetic. That used to be like a strain for me. Like, I'm like, is that still that's baritone? Okay, yeah. So when I would look at guys, and I'm like, wait, but you actually sound okay. So yeah, that's how I am. Like, why are you talking? Like, and they're like, we're supposed to be talking about, and that's what I catch people. We're supposed to be. What do you mean we're supposed to? I was like, I'm talking about what I want, but no. And I'm just like, and it's always like, it's like when people, because people have been starting to analyze me now and trying to find the secret to my like thing, and like I'm like, I don't care, but I'm gonna learn about myself from your observations. Oh, so that's what you think I do, or that's what I've done. So you're saying every time you observe me saying breaking some kind of social structure that I was doing it while I was casually doing something else, and the casual nature of how I brought it up whilst being distracted by some other task, is that what made it seem impenetrable? They were like, yeah, oh, I see. And I'm literally just gathering information. Like, right, I'll remember to do that one on purpose the next time I want to, like, because I really was just kind of like drawing and doodling, and then I just had the memory, and I was really wanting to enjoy the memory. And so you were, you know, it's almost like they were, so you weren't doing this to assert dominance in the group. First of all, I'd be like, I didn't know we were a group. I am here with, that's just how I saw it, and that's what makes me nasty. I'm like, I'm just here with my friend. I didn't realize it was our group. And that's why they look at me, and that's why I get in trouble. Because, so apparently I'm learning this now, social circles think that that's a stronger bond than friendship. And I'm like, no, I get it. Like, you're her rich friends or whatever, but we're best friends. Like, no, I'm not stupid. Like, I get it. You all have mansions, you all have pools, and I have Ashley. Far more refreshing. That's literally what I'm like. You're like, now I know why you have enemies. They're like, that's exactly what it's like. They're like, and I was like, they're like, it's the other way around. That's true. I know. We argue over which one of us is nastier. I guess in retrospect, Ashley is nastier. I shouldn't have said the name. I don't want to say the name. But the name represents many people. But also everybody else. I'm not gonna talk to, I'm not like, I can't, I'm not supposed to say secrets out loud. Well, this is classified information, but like, you know, I can use magic now to like a memoria absent, Phasmatos memoria absent, Phasmatos memoria beatus memoria. Okay. That's retarded. They're like, talk about like, you know. You were kidding. Yeah, people are like, why? Yeah, see, because they figure it out. I'm not supposed to say anything. I'm really insecure about like stuff. Which is really cute. It's great. There's just like so much I don't know, but there's also so much I do know. But they were like, that's what it was like. They were like, it was exactly like that. All the time, people were like, I don't get it. When did they even meet? When did they start going out? When did like do you get what I mean? Like I'm like pretend I literally told you for real. Like literally told you. I was like, oh my god, I didn't know Paris Hilton was famous. Does he mean that the girl with her dad that's like always like going around or like whatever? Like just pretend I was just like she's like always here though, like going into like just pretend I didn't watch TV that much. I didn't watch MTV, so I didn't know. I'm like, no, she's really nice. What the fuck do you mean? Like that's literally just pretend it was like that. I was like, literally, what do you mean you don't know that there's a Hilton? There's literally, I grew up with like the Hilton Hotel. I didn't even know it was like that. I was like, oh, that Paris Hilton. The same. Oh my god! I was like, no, I don't think you get it. On TV, it's like, no, she had black hair on this or brown, and it's literally like that sometimes. Like I'm literally, they're literally like, I'm like, I don't think you guys know who I am. I don't think you're meant to, and I think you should be very careful because you don't know who I am. I'm just saying. And if you were like, well, if you knew all these rich people, wouldn't you be loaded? Like, they would say if you knew Dalano, you'd know why that wasn't true. If I literally dumped money as an account, he would probably use it to buy something for me. And thus defeating the purpose of giving him the fucking money in the first place. Do you get what I mean? So pretend it was like not Paris, and pretend like sometimes like I don't remember her name is Paris because I just call it Hilton all the time. Just like because that's how I am. Like I know that's why it's like Ashley. I just say Fernandez. I know when people just thought like, what the actual fuck? Everybody calls her Ashley and like obsesses over like how she's supposed to be like Ashley, and I'm like Fernandez. Do you know him? And they're like, who's this guy? And then at that point, I'm getting mad because I'm like, I'm sure if she like she never mentioned you before, so it can't be that important. I'm just like they're wondering. No, that's my line, and I'm like, that's literally impossible, but okay. And you can feel it. I don't talk to that people that much. They're like, you're doing a parody of yourself, Dalano. You don't say that many words to people. And that's why it's actually really funny. You don't talk much. You're really fucking silent, actually, and it really creeps people out. Sometimes you don't think too, because people can read my mind. They're like, you literally just sit there like this. And we're like, wait, why are you even thinking? And I'm like, because it was just seemed really fun to just. Fernandez is like, I just only called. I just said like Fernandez. So imagine that that's a girl you're talking to. That's how you refer to like Fernandez. let's like I literally be like, we cut in class. Wow. Literally, it's like that's it. It's like Fernandez we cut it. Or we had like the spot. We had like these secret spots, or like we had like gardens and like you know like lots of different shit everywhere. And I would just be like, well, I don't feel I was like fuck French spot. Dude, that's why people are like, it's a joke. They're really like, Dalano's gay now? They're like, okay, sure. You think it's the opposite. That's why it's like, people here can be so damaging to my personality. I remember I was trying to come out to someone and they were kind of like, it's kind of obvious. We know. I'm like, no, it's not actually obvious. You're just in the closet and you have some massive crush on me and you think this and you think that. But no, it's not obvious actually. I'm literally one of the most masculine guys I know. And I'm one of the most masculine guys other people know. Because I actually say it all the time. I was like, oh, fuck, man. Like, why is everybody crying? That's literally my line. Like, don't be so emotional. Like, when I talk to, like, my guy, like, the people in my high school are literally only jocks. And they're literally only, like, models. I think, seriously, they all look like the freakiest black people you ever meet. And some of them, you know, I can tell you, technically in Jamaica, everyone's black, but you get what I mean. Like, they'll be like, oh, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do, pussy. And they were like, can you bore me with some other problem? And stop acting like you don't fucking know that. Like, that's literally how I am. And they're just like, done. Nah. Oh, thank you, Dalano, you're so wise. And some next level, like, you know what I mean? Like, response or gratitude. They're just like, I'm used to that kind of energy, actually. Sometimes I'll just do stuff like that. Just stop crying. Like, you remember, like, Miranda from Lizzie McGuire? Was it her? Her one time, like, Lizzie was stressed with something, and I don't know if it was this, but it was a character like that. And the energy was like, what do I do? And then she was just like, just blow things off. It was so funny. It was like, she was like, what? Yeah, when it gets too much, sometimes I just blow things off. It's just like, not do it. It's like, yeah. Like, it's almost like the idea that you could just, like, not do the homework and, like, lose a point or a grade or, you know, just get fucked or something. It's just like, you know, you could just not do it. It's like, oh, shit. I was like, yeah, just don't go. The amount of times that would happen with Fernand is like, oh, I've got this party I have to go to. I was like, you have to? Like, oh, fuck it. Like, no, let's just, I come over, we get pizza, and, like, fuck around. Literally. And you're like, I didn't know about drugs. I didn't know about that. And maybe that's why people thought we were so weird. They were like, what do you do? How do you spend time together? Sometimes we just sat there. The camera damaged device. It's now magical and all that. But, I'm gonna not make this too long. You know, just like, do you not take drugs? Do you not like? I mean, no, not I'm against that, but it's just like, so what do you do for hours? And I'm like, okay. I didn't know that people were, and I know she knows that she was not going to tell me because she's like, you know what? If I told Dalano that you thought this or you were asking these questions or whatever, he would lose his mind. Sometimes they knew I would probably start crying. Like, he'll just cry. Like, when he'll just cry, he'll just start crying. Like, it's almost like they want to say, but you're not supposed to cry in public. And we're like, oh my God, it's Dalano we're talking about. I said he will just start crying. Can you handle that? Surprisingly, sometimes the world is. Actually, I can't really No, I wouldn't say it's out of compassion. It's just they're just like, I don't think I can handle that. Just out of like, and sometimes you would, like, they would have to try it just to prove it. Yeah, literally just to prove, like, yes, like Fernandez sent me a letter about, I know we've been having lots of fights lately, and I'm like, what? You've been having fights lately? Because it's like people saw us like trying to kill each other and misinterpret that as like trying to kill each other. And so it's like she had to prove to them. She's like, no, but I saw him yell at you, and I saw him angry, and I saw him this, and he did this, and then he said he was actually upset with you, and then he didn't. So it's like, I feel like she just had to say, okay, let me just show you. So she then goes, hey, I know we've been fighting. I'm like, what the fuck? No, we're not. They're like, she's like, see? I shouldn't have said any of this. It's just my insecurity. I wanted to keep fucking with people. But it's just really cringy, your like certainty. Because I'm like, what you're proposing is batshit crazy. We did stuff and I just, yeah, I mean, best friend is kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say anything right now. And I think that's what I want to tell my dad in his grave. That's what he forgot about me. There's people that would kill you if they knew what you did to me. You don't just go around trying to punch me in the fucking face for no reason. Alright, guys. NECROTELLY out.